Hey everyone, and welcome back to Battleborn. I've got a new build for you. This one is for Rath, and I call it Surprise Helicopter. Helicopter referring to the spinning attack on his melee combo and his spinning ultimate Dreadwind. Now, Rath is one of those characters that no matter how you set him up, he's pretty much going to play the same way. So, if you're an experienced Rath player, this guide probably won't have any new information for you. This guide is more for players wanting to learn how to play Rath and how to set him up effectively. Now, the playstyle for Rath is very simple. You just run in and do a bunch of burst damage with your skill combo of Catalytic Smash, followed by a Crossblade, and that combo is also going to silence and slow your target. So then when they're vulnerable, you just finish them off with your high damage. Now, you can't just run straight at the enemy players. That's going to get you killed. Rath is incredibly squishy, so what you need to do is find some way to get the drop on people. Either flank around them, turn a corner and hit them with your combo, or any number of ways, but you can't just run head first at people. You're going to have to employ some strategy on how you engage. So if this sounds like your type of build, let's jump into the Helix and I'll explain to you how to set this up. Alright, so for level 1, we go to the left with Slowing Strike. That adds a slow to our Crossblade. Level 2, we go with Anger's Echo. That makes it so when our Crossblade is destroyed, a new Crossblade comes back to us and does half damage. And the strategy with that is, if you can, to hit a wall behind your target so it hits the wall, destroys, and immediately comes back, or hit the ground right behind them for the same effect. Level 3, we're going to the right with Spin to Win. That adds another spin to the final hit on our melee combo, and that's just going to increase your damage as well as your AoE damage. Level 4, we're going to the right with Catalytic Flash. That adds the silence to the Catalytic Smash. So now our combo has both CCs attached to it. Alright, so for level 5, this one's personal preference. My personal preference is to go to the left because I like the lifesteal on abilities. I just prefer it, especially with the ultimate, because it just gives a ton of health on the ultimate. But any of these are good, just whatever is your preferred playstyle, but I go to the left. Level 6, I go to the left with Brutal Blade. That increases Crossblade's base damage by 15%. Level 7, we go to the right with To The Point. That increases the base damage of all of our melee strikes by 18%. Level 8, we go to the right with Quick Cross, allowing us to use our Crossblade more often. Level 9, we go to the left with Soften Target. Now our combo of Catalytic Smash and Crossblade does more damage because Crossblade is getting a damage boost from targets that were recently hit by Catalytic Smash. And level 10, we go to the left with Dreadheart. That increases our movement speed while we're in the ultimate, which makes it that much harder for people to get out of it, and that ultimate is nasty. Alright, so those are my Helix choices. Let's go to the gear, and I'll show you the setup for that. Alright, this is the same items I've been using a lot recently. I love this set. The first item is a Survivor's Regrowth Serum that adds 7 health regen per second and an extra 4.2 if I manage to stay alive for 3 minutes. The second item is an Eviscerating Endoskeletal Graft, attack damage, and attack speed. And then the third item is a Vow of Zealous Fury. This one's from Rendane. Gives attack speed, critical hit damage, and stacking attack speed every time I use a skill, up to 5 stacks. Alright, so those are the items I take into Incursion and Meltdown. If I'm going into Capture, I use this set down here. This first item is the Unstable Exo-Greaves. It adds movement speed at the cost of increased recoil, which doesn't affect Rath. I've got this Duelist Glove, which adds attack damage, and I've got this Hurricane, which adds attack speed. Alright, so those are my Helix choices and my gear choices. Let's jump to some clips, and I'll explain to you how the level progression works with this build. I think I probably struggle with Rath at lower levels more than any other character. If the enemy sees you coming and knows what they're doing, you're probably a dead man because of how squishy he is. You need to get the jump on people and burn them down quickly to be successful. The problem is at lower levels, especially level 1, you just don't have the burst damage to really do that effectively yet. I would just focus on minions whenever you can and level up however you can. If someone gets themselves out of position though, make them pay for it. That combo of Catalytic Smash followed by a Crossblade is super effective even at level 1. Level 2 causes your Crossblade to make a return trip back to you, which really helps with the burst damage. If you can, whenever you use your Crossblade, you want to have it quickly hit a wall or the ground behind your target to initiate that return trip and hit them with the extra damage. I still usually don't get overly aggressive at level 2, but as always, if someone puts themselves in a bad situation, you've got to punish them for it. Also, remember that if an enemy is running and just out of your melee range, you need to use that secondary attack to get a few more hits on them. It travels just a little bit further than your normal swings. I don't see a lot of Raths utilize that secondary attack, but it's super useful. I also like it for hitting thralls with crits and clearing minion waves out as well, so it's got a few uses that I really enjoy. Level 3 gives you an extra spin on your melee combo, and that obviously adds to your damage. It also means that even if you suck at aiming in melee, you'll still be getting in some hits on the targets around you because you're just spinning to win over and over again. Rath gets me lots of assists and kills on enemies I didn't even know were close by when I'm focused on something else entirely. So having that extra damage just going around you constantly is incredibly useful, and it's just kind of a part of Rath. It makes Rath Rath. Level 4 gives you a silence on your Catalytic Smash, making the Catalytic Smash with the follow-up Crossblade even more devastating, because now it applies a silence and a slow. I typically use the abilities comboed together to initiate an enemy, but they're also very useful when used individually. This will really come down to your playstyle on how you want to use those skills. I like jumping into someone and unloading as much damage as possible as quickly as possible, but a more defensive player might prefer more of a harassment approach and keep the CCs to cover and escape, or take out a runner, or all sorts of different applications. Level 5 is when you get everyone's favorite ultimate ability. If you follow up your Catalytic Smash and Crossblade combo with your ultimate, your target is likely going to die unless they've got a CC or their teammates do. If they have a decent amount of HP and are fast with quick melee or a high mobility character like Caldarius, then they can also get away, but you should really only use your ultimate on those types of characters if you're sure you can finish them off near the start of the ultimate. Level 5 will also get you some form of increased lifesteal, depending on the Helix augment you chose. As I said earlier, my personal preference on this level is to go to the left and get more lifesteal out of my skills, which makes the ultimate a gigantic heal. Level 6 increases the damage of Crossblade, once again improving your combo damage, especially if you land the follow-up Crossblade hit from Anger's Echo. Between the nasty combo, the improved lifesteal, the increased attack speed and damage from your gear, and the option to pull out the ultimate for almost guaranteed kills, I usually start being really aggressive at this point in any given match. Just in case your damage wasn't high enough yet, level 7 is going to increase your melee damage by a whopping 18%. Anyone you catch in your combos is going to experience a world of pain now, and it's only going to get worse for them once you get your Vow of Zealous Fury up, if it isn't already activated. Level 8 decreases the cooldown of your Crossblade by 20%. Crossblade, in my opinion, has the better CC ability with slow, so I really enjoy having Crossblade available more often. Slow is such a nasty effect, and if anyone can take advantage of it, it's Rath with his high damage and fast movement speed. Now, I still like to combo Catalytic Smash and Crossblade together. However, if Crossblade's ready and Catalytic Smash isn't, and I think a slow is going to kill someone, I will definitely hit them with that crossblade and get that kill. Level 9 is yet another improvement to your damage by increasing your crossblade damage on targets that were just hit by Catalytic Smash. This is our go-to combo anyway, so nothing is going to change, and we get a big boost for playing the exact same way. Level 10 increases your movement speed while in your ultimate, which makes it even harder to get away from it. And as everyone should know, if you're in Rath's ult for too long, you are not going to live. Well, there you have it, the surprise helicopter build for Rath. I hope this helps some people improve their Rath game, or maybe even get some insight into how Rath works and how to counter him. If you do take the build out for a spin though, be sure to let me know how it works out for you in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.